This November, give thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Star comes home to Muni, ready to rule.
Burrito.
Star vs. the Forces of Evil 2-week event starts Monday, November 6th on Disney XD, on demand, and in the Disney Now app.
Okay, but no tickling.
Alright, so don't pay much attention to the first clip. It's not very important. Probably Ponyhead is just rejecting a dance or somebody's invitation to dance with her. This next clip isn't as interesting either, but what I really take a curious look into is when they say Star is ready to rule. Could it be potential foreshadowing to Moon dying? I do not know, but keep that in mind. Now this is the charm of the promo. Apparently, Tom is tied up to a stake on what looks like a beach-like area. Now potentially this could be an episode Demonicism or Lava Lake Beach. But what I find real interesting is how Tom takes it like a champ when his enemies tie him up. He even casually jokes with them. It's not something Marco or Star would actually do. I feel like it has something to do behind the story of Eclipsa and her monsters. Now the real topic of discussion comes from the episode titles that have been listed for the 2-week November event. Let's take a close look at each title and try to decipher the meanings and story plot behind each and every one of them. As shown in both promos, we can guarantee that this episode is Scent of the Hoodie, where Guard some reason is taking away the hoodie that Star wants. We don't know why, but we come to realize just how much Star values Marco and his stuff. Up next we have Rest and Pudding, and we all know based on the word pudding that this is definitely going to be a Glossaric related episode. Now Rest and Pudding, it definitely sounds like Glossaric has died and might actually come back, but is not normal, as shown in the promos. Ever so anticipated since its Comic-Con prevail, Club Snubbed is also known as the Silver Bell Ball, which features a flashback event of Tom, Star, and many others that we know of. Providing this, we get to see a different insight on their lives and who they are prior. After Club Snubbed, we will have Stranger Danger, which could have potentially Miss Heinous and Rasticore coming back as a threat for Star and Marco. Other than that, it could potentially also be Eclipsa, alongside maybe with her first faithful encounter with Star. I'm really curious about this episode and how it will all go down. Moon will definitely disapprove, but definitely keep your eyes peeled out because I think this is where the story will definitely start picking up. After Stranger Danger, we will be taking a look at Demonicism, which is a Tom related episode where we get to see more of his life, what goes on in the underworld potentially, and just more Tom. I'm excited for this and I really want to see what his demon-like powers is, because I really think that's where we're going to learn more about Tom and what his abilities are. Any other titles sound a lot more vague. However, I feel as if Sophomore Slump has nothing to do with Muni. I feel like it's actually about Marco being back at Earth, talking to Jackie, getting through those awkward conversations and stuff. We'll also have him talk to his friends and just see what happens after a Battle of Muni, just what happens for Marco. Alright, next on the list is Lint Catcher. This episode will more than likely focus on Marco and Jana on Earth, and it's more than likely a side story. I don't know what exactly they will be doing with Lint, but as I know, this is definitely going to be a side story. The last one of the November first week will be Trial by Square. In this one, we are expecting to see Starrito in the board game possibly, alongside maybe some Kelly and get to know more about her. I feel like what they're going to be doing with these first 8 episodes is showing off a lot of the characters for this season, giving some side story and some of the main story too. There's also another possibility to this episode. Trial by Square could take place in the Amethyst Arcade. The place full of squares, you know, the arcade, Lance Revolution, you get what I mean. Expect Ludo and Eclipsa to make a few appearances within these first few episodes. As for the second half of the episodes, we will have Princess Turdina appear first. Now, first off, to clear off things, this will not have anything to do with Ponyhead sisters. None of their sisters have the name Princess Turdina, as according to Star Marco's Guide to Mastering Every Dimension. I'm more than likely thinking this episode will have more sightings of Princess Marco, and it definitely will have a storyline behind Miss Heinous and Rasticore if it's coming down to this. I'm really intrigued on what this one will be about. Plus expect more of those $650 gags. Up on the list is Starfari. More than likely this episode will be dealing with searching or finding Star, maybe even if she ran away. Possibly by this time Moon hopefully did not die, but if she did, then that would explain why Star would run away. If that does come down to a case, it would be up to Marco and his friends to show them the support she needs. After Starfari is Lava Lake Beach, an episode focusing more than likely on Tom and his experiences in the underworld with Star and Marco. I do not know if this is the episode where Tom will be captured and tied to a stake by probably Eclipse's monsters, but we'll have to keep an eye out. This is probably one of those episodes where we see more of Tom and dive deeper into the story between Eclipse and the monsters. With the title of Sweet Dreams, there is a possibility that somebody could be put to rest or aka die. There's also a possibility this could be an episode based on a flashback event after Moon the Undaunted. There are also other suggestions that this episode could take place with Mina Loveberry. I'm not sure how, but it's definitely a possibility if you can consider how crazy and cuckoo she is. Perhaps our most vague title of the list, Death Peck, is more than likely going to be an event to where the Magic High Commission alongside Star are going to infiltrate the Monster Temple. Probably because Eclipse is up there and is not doing anything good. After Death Peck is Ponymonium, which is more than likely an episode to where we will see Star and Marco head to the cloud dimension above Muni and meet Ponyhead alongside her family. I predict the episode Nightlife to be one with the monsters, what's going on for them right now, and how things might have changed for Ludo. This might be a filler episode if it's not any of that. I believe Deep Down is another dipping down type of Star versus the Forces of Evil episode, in which something very impactful will happen to Star, but this time, she will need to do more than just dip down. She will need to go into her butterfly form once again. To conclude the 2-week event, we will have a mid-season episode that is 1 hour long known as Monster Bash. I believe this to be a point where Eclipse takes her forces into Muni and there will be some fighting. However, we don't know exactly what else could be going on, but I do feel like this is the point where Eclipse will be taking on Muni. This is all a lot to go by. Even though they are just predictions, we get a bare